Is Nebraska running scared? What is going on in Lincoln? Welcome to episode 423 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Pflugar. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with your family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. What is going on in Lincoln? What is Matt Rhule talking about? As you all know, Nebraska, they canceled. The Nebraska Cornhuskers announced recently that they have canceled their long-planned home-and-home football series with Tennessee Volunteers for the 26th and 27th season. This series, which was first scheduled for 2016 and 2017, had already been delayed by a decade. Now, I get it. Hear me out. I get it. Tennessee, they were the ones that delayed the games in 2016 and 17 and got it pushed to 2026 and 27. I get it. And when this first was announced, it sounded like the athletic director in Nebraska said it was because Nebraska wanted to make sure they had 8 home games in 2027 because of renovations that is going on at the stadium, and they were going to be short tickets sold and short of revenue, and it was an economic situation. But lo and behold, look what Matt Rhule said. Matt Rhule on the Big Ten team scheduling a hard non-conference slate. Why in the world would a Big Ten team who's already playing 9 conference games, why would you ever play one of those games? Not talking about a hard slate, talking about playing one hard game like against Tennessee, like against a SEC team, hell, like against a Power 4 conference team. Why would you play one of those games? Why would you play a competitive game if you're playing 9 conference games in the Big Ten? Because the world is changing? Aren't you paying attention? It is highly likely. It's not official yet, but it's highly likely that auto bids are going to be tied to the Big Ten, the SEC, the ACC, and the Big 12. And the Big Ten is going to get 4 or 3. We believe here at Peek Around the Corner, they're going to get 4 automatic bids, but they're going to be automatic bids tied to conference standings and conference play-in games. Going forward in 2026, now remember, Nebraska, they canceled the 26-27 Tennessee games, okay? So going forward, it is your conference record that at least 80%, it's going to be well over 90%. 90% of the time, more than 90% of the time, when a Big Ten team qualifies to get into the expanded playoffs, it's going to be because of an auto bid. It's going to be because you finished in the top 4, 5, 6, 7, depending how the Big Ten does their play-in games, and you've won that play-in game and you're in the tournament. Once in a while, possibly, maybe, could be, you're going to be going in as an at-large bid. And I'm telling you, if you're going in as an at-large, it means you have a couple losses and you're going to be pitted against other possible at-large teams. And winning a tough non-conference game is going to help you to get that at-large bid. Let's take a look at what Texas is saying. Del Conte. Texas Athletic Director Chris Del Conte says the Longhorns will continue to schedule marquee non-conference opponents. Our brand should play the greatest brands in college football because we are the best. Texas Athletic Director Chris Del Conte, during last night's annual town hall, announced the Longhorns will increase the number of scholarships to 466 at a cost of $9.2 million, while also fully participating in revenue sharing. To cover the $20.5 million, Del Conte noted the department is counting on $13 million in new revenue and $6 million in budget reductions and efficiencies. Del Conte said the football ticket prices will increase by $13 a game. And we're doing that because we want to maintain Texas as the best athletic department in the country. In lieu of the orange and white spring football game, Texas will host a football fan day on April 26th, which will include interactive booths and time for autographs and photographs. The Houston Chronicle Kirk Bowles adds that Del Conte also confirmed that the football press box will be moved to the south end zone, said the school will go more to grab-and-go concessions on the east side of Royal Memorial Stadium, and said that parking at football games will be difficult next season in part because of the Martin Luther King Bridge over Interstate 35 will be taken down over the next 3 weeks. Del Conte is in favor of a 9-game SEC slate because we get Oklahoma at a neutral site. And adding a 9th game would give us 4 at home, 4 away. I'm like Ben Gay. I'm applying consistent heat with our friends in the SEC. We need a 9th game. Adding that game will not deter the Longhorns from scheduling tough non-conference opponents, as Del Conte remarked. Our brand should play the greatest brands in college football because we're the best. We just signed a home and home with Notre Dame. Those games matter. I'm not interested in the cupcake schedule. We owe it to college football to play the very best. It is highly, highly likely that the SEC is moving to 9 conference games for 2026. Del Conte, the athletic director of Texas, has been saying this for like the last 18 months. There's been reports just recently that it looks like it's moving that way. The SEC is going to 9 conference games. The SEC is going to get about 4 automatic bids tied to the conference record and whoever wins the play-in games and however they structure that. Matt Rhule has it backwards. Has it absolutely backwards. You want 2 bites at the apple to get into the playoffs. The first bite, the major bite, is of course your conference standings, your conference record. To get into a play-in game and win that game and get into the playoffs. The second bite is an at-large bid, which is less likely. If you don't make it in as an auto-qualifier, it's less likely that you're going to make it in as an at-large bid. And to make it in an at-large bid, you might have to have a big win against a non-Big Ten opponent, a victory against another Power 4 conference school. More than ever, not less than ever. I don't get it. I do not get the Matt Rhule logic here at all. Is he running scared? Matt Rhule is a very good coach. I lost confidence in Scott Frost. His very first press conference at Lincoln, when he said that Nebraska was going to make the Big Ten change, the Big Ten wasn't going to make Scott Frost's offense change. Well, I can say everybody outside of Lincoln lost a lot of confidence in Scott Frost, and you see what happened. For the very first time, I have lost confidence in Matt Rhule's ability to get everything out of that great football program that he can get. I have lost a lot of confidence in Matt Rhule. And I think Matt Rhule has lost more confidence in his own football program. Tell me that I'm wrong. Let me know the logic behind what Matt Rhule is saying, because it doesn't fit where college football is going. It doesn't fit where the Texas Longhorns, where the Ohio State Buckeyes, with the Michigan Wolverines, with the Alabama. It doesn't fit how the other major brands are scheduling their future non-conference schedules. It doesn't fit. It's the complete opposite. Everyone is zagging. Matt Rhule is zigging, and it doesn't make sense in what he's doing. One other thing. The Nebraska Cornhuskers fan base is absolutely incredible. Large, huge, dedicated, passionate, has been carrying that program, has, over 400 sellouts in a row? The fan base has been there, even though the Nebraska football hasn't been all that good over the last 8 years. Matt Rhule's conference record is 3-6, 3-6 in the last 2 years. The 2 years that Matt Rhule has been the head coach at Nebraska. And now you're pulling out the Tennessee game. Now you're not going to have good, competitive, non-conference home games against other big brand schools. You're just eliminating all that. Again, why? Why? Don't you want 2 big bites at the apple? And now you're taking away the fun for the Nebraska Cornhuskers' incredible fan base to go to a Tennessee game, to go to a Notre Dame game at home, to go to Nebraska versus Kansas at home. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Not under Matt Rhule. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Let me know how wrong I got it, but let me know in the comments section if you hear any Power 4 conference head coach talking in this manner, especially where we are all heading towards to. Let me know if you hear anybody talking like Matt Rhule. I'm not hearing it. They're going the opposite direction. One last thing. Before you put down that comments in the comments section below the video, because of the auto bids, because of that SEC likely going to 9 conference games, we're going to possibly get, it's likely, but it's not official yet, but we're possibly going to be getting the schedule alliance between the Big Ten, a scheduling agreement. I should not use the word alliance. A scheduling agreement between the Big Ten and the SEC. Why? Because it's going to bring more money into the coffers of the SEC and the Big Ten athletic departments. Because they can risk these tough non-conference games because of the automatic qualifiers going to the Big Ten and the SEC, right? So when they get this scheduling agreement for the 26 and 27 season, is Nebraska just going to say, nah, we're good. We're not going to play an SEC game at home and away in the following years? Is Nebraska taking a pass? What has happened to Nebraska? Mighty Nebraska Cornhuskers. This was not the message that I was expecting from Matt Rhule. Again, put down your comments in the comments section below the video. Until next time, from all of us at College Football's Peek Around the Corner to all of you, please, you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.